Welcome to your fifth grade nightmare. Today we're going to continue on with some math and fractions, and we're going to talk about the really basic parts about fractions. This is stuff you should have learned in fourth grade, but it's always good to refresh. The idea behind fractions are it's parts of a whole. So if my mom bakes a cake because it's, well, I don't know, my birthday, okay? So mom bakes a cake. That's a whole cake. It's one big fat thing, okay? Probably chocolate. Not being the greedy person, I understand. I'm not eating that whole cake. So what's going to happen is I'm going to cut that cake into pieces. And because, well, I'm the third born and we have a tendency to have a thing about fair, I want all the pieces to be the same size. So I may cut right down the middle. And then I might cut across right down the middle. That may not be perfect, but it's pretty close. So now, if there's a family of four, everyone gets a slice, okay? And they're all equivalent pieces. But this is English, and we've got to have a name for everything. We got to label everything. So in this case, we have one whole cake. We have one whole cake. Chocolate cake, okay. So, we have one whole cake. Great. But now we have pieces. How many pieces do we have? 4. And they're equal. We call that equivalent. Equivalent pieces. They're equal to each other. They are all the same size. So once we know everything's the same size and we're good with that, then we got a problem. How do we say what they are? Well, we got something for that. They're called fractions or parts of a whole. We have numerators. Numerators tell us how many pieces? How many pieces? Okay? How many pieces are we talking about here? And in order to know how many pieces, we really need to know how many pieces are in the whole, and that's the denominator. So in this case, the denominator is a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. 4 pieces. Fraction bar. Okay? That's what we call this. It's not a line. It's a fraction bar. It separates the denominator from the numerator. Numerator's on top, denominator's on the bottom. I like to teach my kids that lots of people like to do this. The slash line. Again, it's still a fraction bar. Okay? It's just at a diagonal. Okay? So in this case, we've got how many pieces? The question would be how many pieces total are there? There would be 4, and that would make a whole cake. But I want to know how many pieces are coming to me. And if there's 4 people in the family, and I'm going to get an equal share, or the equivalent of what everyone else is getting, I'm getting 1. 1 piece. In this case, I'm getting the upper left-hand piece. Okay? Great things about birthdays, if you do it the way my family does, everyone gets their piece of cake, and everyone sits and waits for you to take the first bite as the birthday person. Pretty cool. Anyways, pretty simple. Fractions means it's a part of a whole. We've got a whole cake, one whole cake. We have 4 pieces to make that whole cake. That's how we cut it. So the numerator is 1, the denominator is 4. The important part is all the pieces are equal. In order to call them 1/4, in this case, there needs to be 4 pieces and they need to be equal. All right? As soon as we start getting into oddball sizes, that's where everything breaks down and we got to do a lot more work on the fractions. Always doable, it's just a lot more work. Very simple, very easy. Remember that. Numerator's on top, denominator's on the bottom. Denominator's telling you how many pieces you're talking about. In this case, 1 piece goes to you. Denominator's telling you how many pieces it takes to make a whole. In this case, the cake's been cut into 4 pieces. Denominator is 4. Hope that helps. See you guys next time.